This may look cute and fun, but is it legal?
And a cop said the dog didn't have handlebars and foot pegs, so the dog was an unsafe load, as he put it. Reporter Frank Simpson went with them to court.
His name, the one with the helmet, is John Franklin. His best friend, the one with one blue eye and another brown, is Scarf. And together they've been riding for the last 8 years, and Scarf was a puppy small enough to hold in your palm. After many thousands of miles, Scarf is so adept at riding he now leans into corners and anticipates stop-and-go traffic. But a couple of weeks ago, John was speeding and was stopped. He was cited for 10 miles over the limit and carrying an unsafe load. Today, they both went to court. John pleaded guilty to speeding while Scarf waited outside, quite willing to show the judge how well he could ride. Her Honor, Cynthia Scanlon, declined the show, but was quite fascinated with the case. After several minutes of testimony and research into just what is a passenger and what is an unsafe load, the judge dismissed the case against Scarf.
It does not appear that there were any vehicles or anything in your immediate vicinity that would have perhaps contributed to an unsafe condition. I want to caution you, however, that I think this is an offense, as absurd as it may appear to you, for which you could be cited again.
John was obviously pleased with the outcome and plans to take Scarf everywhere he goes.
I think odds are against getting another citation for another 7 years. It was an odd thing to have happen, and I think the fact that I was speeding, that's what got me stopped in the first place.
So away they rode into the morning sun, celebrities of a sort who beat the system. But this may just be the start. Frank Simpson, Newswatch 13, Sacramento.
It's man's best friend.
Yeah, the dog is not an unsafe load after all.
Serves Praise. Praise dog food from Purina. Soft, chewy chunks with real meat and delicious crunchy nuggets. Dogs love Praise better than any leading dry.
It shows you love him inside many ways. Dogs love Praise.
The doggondest story she's ever heard today. It involves a dog that would lose its job if it didn't get a ride to work every day, the dog's motorcycling owner, and a ticket from a highway patrolman. Eyewitness newsman Jan Minagawa tells us about it.
Meet Scarf, an 8-year-old Australian shepherd who has a job as a security dog. To get to work, he rides with his master on a motorcycle. No big deal for Scarf. He's been riding bikes since he was just a pup.
I've been riding with him for years, and he anticipates turns and stops and corners and all.
But last month, John suddenly found himself in the doghouse when he was stopped by a highway patrolman for speeding and carrying an unsafe load.
No.
Scarf.
Usually cops and sheriffs and CHPs, they just smile, you know, but this one said I was fortunate that I hadn't had a ticket in all this time.
The trouble is, without a ride to work in this fashion, Scarf will lose his job. It's obvious he can't hitchhike or catch a bus.
See, he gets dog food for coming down here and guarding the place. That's where he gets his meals.
John and Scarf got the help of Ken Nabors to fight the ticket.
I'm perfectly willing to even appeal a case and take it up to the Superior Court if necessary on a writ.
And so, it was off to court. Scarf staying outside, please. Inside, John pled guilty to speeding, but told the referee, Cynthia Scanlon, about Scarf's riding ability. And Nabors cited the possibility of Scarf's unemployment. Well, Scanlon checked the codes and found that Scarf didn't fit the requirements of a human passenger and that he really didn't violate the provisions of an unsafe load. Not guilty this time, said the judge, but she advised Franklin to consider other ways of giving Scarf a lift.
They warned me that I could get cited again for this.
So what are you going to do?
Take it easy, think about it, and try not to get caught again. I'm not going to quit riding them altogether, but I think I'll lay low for a while.
Jan Minagawa, TV 10 Eyewitness News, Sacramento.
It's quite a sight.
Snoopy was the only flying dog around. And what happens? Well, let's see what happens on this.